Welcome back to my walkthrough for the Executioner DLC episode, my friends. This is part number 3, and during this segment we're going to take care of 2 more bosses. Before we move on ahead, I'm just going to upgrade my speed, because we need to be fast for the next boss battle, since we'll have to dodge a lot. And now we're just going to keep following our daughter, and we're going to explore the basement of the mansion. You'll notice that after you step into that light and you head towards the basement, there should be a trophy appearing on your screen, which it will appear if you've explored both floors of the mansion so far. It's not going to appear for me because it already appeared for me on my practice run. And now we're going to pick up collectible number 15, another letter from our daughter, which you can't really miss because it's right here. In fact, most of the collectibles in this game are very easy to find. There are a few of them who are, I guess, fairly well hidden, but for the most part you'll find them as you move along the game, so you really don't need to worry all that much. But nonetheless, in case you miss any, then I will show you all of their locations. Now we're going to move on ahead and destroy every single crate as per usual to make sure that we get all the coins that we can. And I really don't think that they grasp the concept of teleportation. I mean, really, you have to rip your own head to teleport into another area? Doesn't seem like the best method, but I guess it works for the keeper. So there's 2 more collectibles for us to obtain here, and then we're going to move on ahead towards the boss battle, the next boss battle. So this will be our next opponent, and apparently, even though we've defeated Joseph, it seems that our daughter keeps losing her memories. Keep calling her my daughter, but obviously she's not my daughter, she's the keeper's daughter. But since I play as the keeper, I guess it makes sense to call her my daughter. But anyway, after we read this file, we're going to turn around and enter the safe room. Not only are we going to save our game, but we're also going to pick up another file. So let's get going. This door only unlocks after you read that file, so it's one of those files that you really can't miss. Let me just break these crates. Obviously I get nothing. And now let's pick up the next diary. And now let's just save our game as a precaution. The next boss battle, it's not very hard, I think. I think that out of all the boss battles that I've had so far, Joseph was the hardest by far. The next 2 boss battles aren't that bad in comparison. But anyway, now that the door is unlocked, let's move on ahead. And there's another diary piece to pick up. You have to press you have to use your scanner to pick up this diary piece. And apparently it seems that the daughter is going to make a tattoo with her parents' names. I wonder if that's her already starting to go insane and starting to turn. Be very careful here, because if you touch the walls you'll burn and die. But there's a golden coin for us to pick up here, but we have to move to this side first. And now let's step back inside, stay here in the corner so that you don't get caught in the trap, and then use your scanner to pick up that gold coin. Our baby girl, we need to save her. Let's pick up this letter, make sure you disarm that trap, otherwise you'll be sliced. And now it's time to go ahead and battle the second sadist the soldier here. Honestly, the way he writes, he almost seems to me like an angry Call of Duty player. And if some of you are Call of Duty players, I'm just saying that there's a few people in Call of Duty that can be rather aggressive. And this guy, to me, fits the prototype. So let's call this the Call of Duty guy, instead of say this with an RPG. That's not nearly as fun. Now this fight, like I said, it's surprisingly easy. As long as you keep running, you'll be able to dodge the rocket launcher. And now essentially all that you need to do is go around and keep hitting the keeper. Whenever he runs away, you will fire rockets at you, but honestly, if you run around him and in an open space like this, it's very easy to dodge the rockets. Aside from that, the only attack that he has is a shoulder charge, but that's a very short range attack and it's very easy for you to dodge it. You actually need to be careful, mostly with the haunted, because you don't want them to catch you off guard. But as you can see, after he jumps down here, just run around in a circle and you'll be able to dodge his attacks all the time. Unlike Joseph, he essentially runs upstairs and into that corner. He doesn't run into other areas. Plus he doesn't have the Molotov cocktails and the handgun, which fires a lot faster. So essentially this fight is an easier version of the Joseph fight that we had in the previous segment. After you deliver a certain amount of damage, the sadist will discard the rocket launcher and he will pick up a chainsaw that he kind of picks up out of nowhere. I think his health has to be like below 1/4, I think. But there we go, he has the chainsaw now. But be careful, because when he picks up the chainsaw, he's a little bit more aggressive than when we first battled him. But you can take this opportunity to destroy a few haunted. Here he comes, and be very careful, guys. As you saw, you know that when we switch from third person view to first person view, the screen can be a little bit confusing and you might be looking in the opposite way where the keeper was, so you need to be very careful not to be caught off guard. And I'm going to jump back down just because I want to make sure that I don't get touched by him, since this is a no damage run. He's coming after me, but we're going to finish him off now. Let's just wait here a little bit. Probably gonna take care of this guy for me. Yes, he is. One more strike. One more. Just have to jump back to dodge his attacks. And there we go. That takes care of the sadist. And we get a ton of coins for beating him, which will allow us to do a few upgrades, and we also unlock the rocket launcher, which I am going to buy it. And now we can move on to the next boss battle. I'm going to include both boss battles in this video, otherwise it would be just too short. But let's pick up this file. Again, it's one of those files that you can't miss. And unfortunately, even though we defeated the Call of Duty guy, we still have to defeat one more boss. Actually, there's two bosses left. And in New Game Plus, there's an alternative boss, but you can't face that boss unless it's in New Game Plus. So I'll show him later. I'll show my fight with him later. For now, I'm just going to focus on the main campaign, like I said. So we're going to turn around, get the rocket launcher. I'm gonna save my game again, just to be on the safe side, and then we'll go on ahead and move on to the next area. I could increase the power of my hammer but I rather unlock the rocket launcher by now. It might come in handy if I run into any problems here. So that's going to do it for now. Don't need traps, don't need anything. So let's just save our game and then let's move on. And the next boss fight, at first it might seem like it's hard, but it actually isn't. Because we have a lot of ways in our environment, or there's a lot of objects in our environment that we can use to damage the next boss. Let's go after him. First, let's pick up another piece of the daughter's diary. And she's beginning to completely lose it here. We have to move fast, otherwise she will turn, and we don't want that. And now rip off your head, of course. Considering how strong the keeper is, I'm surprised he couldn't just break those bars with his hammer or something. But oh well. Now in this segment we have to deal with an invisible enemy. And this guy, even though he can attack you, he prefers to run. But we can set up a trap. See if we catch him with the trap. If I put the trap here, it should be good enough. Oh damn it, the trap moved a little bit to the side. I don't know if it will be in his range though. But just run after him and he's going to run away. And yeah, the trap is too far away. So oh well, I guess I'll just smack him then. But if I had placed the trap just a little bit more to the side, he would have been caught in the trap and we would have killed him that way. But it doesn't matter. Plus there's a few parts for us to pick up here, so I really don't need that trap anyway. But first let's pick up another gold coin. Here it is. And the parts are over there. There we go. And now let's go ahead, pick up this file and be ready for another boss battle. So this is boss battle number 5. And in this battle we have to battle Amalgam Alpha. I actually forgot if it's Amalgam or Amalgam. No, it's Amalgam Alpha. Well, let's call him Mr. Alpha. This fight, like I was saying before, it's actually a lot more simple than you might think. You don't want to get too close to Amalgam Alpha, because if you do so, its attacks have a pretty long range, so it's very easy for you to take damage, and it delivers a lot of damage. So instead we're going to throw cars at it. Yep, it's that simple, just throw cars at it. I could have waited for it to get into the screen a little bit longer, but I was impatient. Once again, what we need to do here is be careful with the haunted that appeared when that car was too far away. I should have waited for him to get a little bit closer, and only then should I have used the car. And if I had done that, then we would have taken damage from that car. But that's okay, because as you can see in this parking lot there are plenty of cars and jeeps for us to use. So let's launch this one. Just strike it 3 times and you can launch the car towards him, and while it's stunned, because it always gets stunned after it gets hit with the car, you can deliver a couple of extra hits. Let's throw this car now. A little bit more damage and it will be done for. You can also, if it throws a car at you, you can press triangle and that will block its attacks and you get away from the loser haunted. There we go. Now let's finish him off. One more strike, and as you can see, very easy fight. Yes, he's big, but he's not that tough. And that takes care of him. Like I said, you don't even need to use the rocket launcher or anything here, because the cars are all that you need. And that's going to conclude this segment, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. The next part will be available soon. So I hope you're enjoying this walkthrough, and we'll keep following our daughter in the next segment. Take care, my baby girl.